Welcome to Punks Talk Wrestling! On this episode, we talk about the TNA connection, Judgment Day dominating Monday Night Raw, and everything we know so far about Uncle Howdy! I am R.W. Hellborn, the PA Rock Prince, hailing quote-unquote from Philly! And I am one half of the Crown, which is one half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Champion hosts of the world! Now, then, and forever by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England, he is my tag team podcast partner. He is the other half of the Crown, which is the other half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Champion podcast host of the world, Mr. Did You Know, Sir King of Reels, the proper brick, CJ Newman!
Did you know? You probably most likely did, but it's a little fact that I just came across, and I was like, yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
What?
Bo Dallas is a former NXT champion. He was the third ever NXT champion.
Yes, he was.
And his reign lasted 280 days.
Yeah, that's a solid, almost,
solid reign.
10 months.
Beat Biggie Langston for the championship and lost it to Adrian Neville. Kind of crazy to think that obviously at one point in time, like Biggie Langston, Seth Rollins before him, Sami Zayn, Owens, Balor, all these people are talked about within the WWE Championship or main event scene. And Bo Dallas is like the only one involved here that missed out on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like now with this Uncle Howdy story, I feel like he deserves it. And it's almost like he was forgotten about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that later, won't we?
Yeah, all the fucking goosebumps all over my body finally died down.
Yeah. But yeah, Bo Dallas, WWE champion.
Man. You guys are in. Buckle in. Buckle down.
That's right.
Buckle up.
It's about to get creepy.
Buckle around. Buckle over.
Fasten
over.
your
Under. But before we get into that,
how's about we talk about TNA?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the biggest thing coming out of NXT right now is TNA, and
of course, yeah,
it's wild. Like, well, not only that, Ethan Page from AEW, which is crazy. It seems like no one knew that was happening, so that's kind of cool to keep something secret for a change.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool.
Let's just looking at the TNA roster right now.
Right. Uh-huh.
I mean. Well, first of all, we've got TNA X Division champion Mustafa Ali.
That's right.
Which was his name in WWE.
Yeah.
Which is not his name.
It's not his name?
His name is not his real name is not Mustafa Ali, is it?
No, you're right. His name's Adil Alam. I guess he maybe he has the copyright to the name. Who knows?
Or maybe they've been allowing him to use it all along because.
Yeah, and I guess we're in a different time. Like he left under Triple H's watch.
Yeah.
And I guess back in the day it would be like you leave, you can't use the name, you have to change it. Maybe Triple H is like, go ahead.
Hey man, just keep using it.
Keep using it, whatever.
But there's a number of ex-WWE people in TNA right now.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler's there.
Yeah. Buddy Murphy, who's Brian. He does not go by Buddy Murphy there.
Wait, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy is in AEW.
Who is Brian Myers?
Brian Myers, that used to be fucking oh shit. The guy who was on the losing streak.
Oh, that's not Buddy Murphy. Oh shit, yeah. Wow. I mean, he looked like it from the thumbnail, it looked like him. My bad.
Fucking why can't I think of his damn name?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Oh
shit.
Not Heath Slater. Well, he may be on the WWE alumni page.
He will be. Brian Myers, fucking. Oh my god. What is his damn name? Well,
Eric Young isn't.
Kurt Hawkins, man.
Kurt Hawkins, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Wait, Kazarian is still wrestling?
Yeah, apparently so.
Frankie Kazarian?
AJ Francis or Top Dollar.
Nice.
Top Dollar's in TNA now as well.
Yup. Yeah.
Dirty Dango. Fandango's in TNA. Eric Young.
Shit. Yeah, there you go.
Shit.
Like, there's... Who the fuck is Khan? Who is this dude? And, I mean, okay, hold on. Laredo Kid...
Dude, Con. That's fucking Connor from the Ascension.
It is Connor from the Ascension. Holy shit, man.
Fucking Kushida. I didn't know Kushida was there.
Yeah,
Matt Hardy, Aiden English.
Okay, you can't tell me Laredo Kid is not also Dragon Lee. Like, that's the same. He's wearing almost that mask looks exactly the same as Dragon Lee's mask, right? Like,
You're
Matt Hardy's there, Matt Cardona, yeah, like Aiden English, yeah, there's Aiden English. Dude, there's
Rhino, Rich Swann.
There are so many people.
Shit, there's so many.
Sammy Callahan, who?
Yeah, he was in NXT for a while.
He was in NXT, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Trent Seven. Damn.
There's so many. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer's over there.
Yeah.
Wait.
But
Tom Hannafin. Wait.
Yeah. That's fucking Tom Phillips.
Yeah.
Commentator.
Yeah.
Their commentary team is Tom Phillips and Aiden English. That's their commentary team.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I really got to make some time. I really got to make some time for TNA, especially
TNA is really made. It's like I feel like it's found itself. Do you know what I mean?
You talked about this before. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's taken some years, but to be honest with you, they are the only company in wrestling history to make it this long and this far, besides the WWE. Really?
Yeah, they are.
I know that's not fully true, but in modern time,
it's pretty much. And especially operating
not counting NWA because they've been so start-stop.
Yeah, but operating at the level at which they're operating at.
Yeah, exactly. With a solid TV presence for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So.
But the point was the TNA WWE relationship is so good.
Yeah, and it's great, and it's I'm looking forward to seeing exactly where it all goes and if anyone else will cross the border or apparently I'm not sure. I mean, I don't keep up enough with TNA, but at their next pay-per-view, at TNA's next pay-per-view, Jordan Grace is facing an unknown challenger for a championship. So you could probably expect that it's going to be a WWE superstar. So it's amazing. We're going to get WWE superstars on another TV network for another company. And it's what a time we're living in.
Yeah. When is that going to be?
I'll have to check. I'm not. As I said, I'm not too. Well, I'm on their website right now. Maybe I can.
I'm on their website. I'm on the website right now too.
Against all odds. Yeah.
14th. Okay. A weekend because NXT is this Sunday. NXT
NXT this weekend. Yeah.
This Sunday.
Right.
Jeez.
Let's move on. How about we move on to so 3 days ago, as of this recording, we posted a reel on our Instagram page at Punk Talk Wrestling.
Holy shit! Have you looked at it since you've been home?
Yeah, I have. We'll get to that. So this reel was about basically last week on the podcast we mentioned a few moves that had been previously banned in the WWE that have been recently brought back. That being the Brainbuster, the Vertebreaker, and the Burning Hammer. That was it. And since then, we've garnered 7.6 thousand likes 250 comments and 145,000 views.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's wild. It's wild.
It is really wild. So yeah,
and with that,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you to thank you to the algorithm, I guess, as well. But a main big thank you to Shane Helms. Obviously, I'm not too sure if anyone can correct us on this or knows better than I do, but because I looked into it myself and I couldn't figure it out. Obviously, Shane Helms was very much known for using the vertebreaker as his finisher, but I'm not sure if he was the inventor of it. I think he was, but he is known for using the vertebreaker. It's kind of his thing. But yeah, Shane Helms commented just with a little sunglasses emoji and a shrugging shoulders. That's all, but it's all that needed to be said. But yeah, so I guess with that, it kind of helped our algorithm a hell of a lot. And
I'd like to believe it did.
Yeah.
So yeah, but even if it didn't, either way, thanks Shane Helms. That was glad you saw it. Glad you liked it. Really glad people are digging what we're doing because
and I guess with that, because we got so much engagement from it, it would be nice. I'm going to just quickly scroll through some comments here and shout some people out, and then maybe talk about a few things that people mentioned as well.
Yeah.
So first of all, we had obviously a lot of people, because I did say in the caption about what other moves would people like to see. We had Luke Davis, one of many people, but his comment got liked quite a lot, about Kevin Owens' package power driver, which he used when he was in Ring of Honor and on the Indies. I think a lot of people have been asking for that move for him to use that move. It's a pretty scary move. Another one that was really. I'm trying to just scroll through the comments really quick, and there's shitloads, so you're gonna have to bear with me here, people.
Yeah, I've tried to respond to some as well.
Yeah, I was keeping up with it, but it got so quick and fast I just couldn't keep up with replying to everyone. We had Back Outside Boy 1, who's said Randy's punk kick, got 204 likes in his comment there. I think out of every move that was mentioned in the comments, this is the one that got mentioned the most. Randy's punk kick is obviously quite synonymous with his heel run, and I'd fucking love to see this move. I think the last time we saw it was during the pandemic when he had his last heel run, when he was like punting like legends in the head like Ric Flair and Christian and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they teased it.
They did tease it at WrestleMania, am I right?
They teased
or
it.
Was it
I think
Backlash. It might have been a Backlash against the Tamatonga and Solo. But yeah, those are probably the comments that have been. Sorry, those are probably the moves that have been brought up the most. Oh, and another one. A lot of people have mentioned this one, and it's a point of contention because whether or not it would be allowed or not, but is the power driver, just the sit out power driver.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Is that a move that you think we'll ever see again?
I don't. I think the pile driver, no.
Yeah.
I still think no because. Yes, we know Owen. We know the thing with Owen Hart and Stone Cold. Was Owen did it incorrectly.
Yeah.
He did it. He did it the way you weren't supposed to do it, and broke Steve Austin's neck.
Yeah.
But I think just the fact that happened in WWE, I understand why they banned it after that, and I understand why Kane and the Undertaker were the only ones that the tombstone
the tombstone's different.
The tombstone pile driver is completely different because
you can control where the head is. You can make sure it's well above the knees.
Yeah.
You're going to drop to your knees, but
the other person also can hold on to you. You see, when Kane and Undertaker do the tombstone, their opponent is holding on to their waist as well, protecting them. You can't protect yourself
exactly
in a normal pile driver.
Yeah.
Aside from having your, you may be able to get your hands or your forearms
but even
up,
then,
but
it's
just,
like your head. Even if your head is safely kind of on their lap, there's still some form of level of impact on your spine because you're still getting the impact when they get to the when they hit the mat. So
yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening.
But the other moves that they've been bringing back recently are I think when I was looking up about the vertebreaker, Shane Helms has said that he used that move thousands of times over his career and he never injured a single person with it.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing with moves like that, because if you think about it,
well,
the vertebreaker in a way is like a reverse power bomb. It's like a power bomb you're doing backwards in a way. So it's like if it can be done. It can be done safely, but that's why, a lot of people made comment that
it can be done safely.
That it can be done safely. But all these people that were doing these moves, we're talking about Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn. That these guys have been doing this for some of them 20 plus years. Like they know they're professionals. They know exactly what they're doing.
But it only takes it takes a slip on the ring on the mat. To break your neck doing it, and is the risk ever worth the payout, the potential, the payout? Like,
I guess
there are other moves you can do to look like you're hurting someone other than a pile driver where you could actually break their neck. Like,
and I guess people obviously made that point, and what I had commented back to that is like. Well, obviously, while that's completely true, we've seen people's careers end from much more simple. Like we saw Big E break his neck from a belly to belly.
Yeah, like it just
it can happen with any move, and it's these moves. I guarantee you, these three moves they were rehearsed and practiced by the people involved many times before they went out there in front of a live crowd.
I would hope so.
And, and you go out there and especially with Logan Paul being like not being a consistent like wrestler on the road. I'm sure they practiced that move and they went through it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With moves like this is the thing. If they were doing these moves every single match, every single episode of everything they do, like NXT, Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, you name it, it's like you're raising the level. You're tempting fate because you're doing it too often.
Yeah, you're raising the risk unnecessarily.
Exactly. These moves need to be used sparingly, and like I don't want to see another vertebreaker now for another year or more. I don't want to see another burning hammer for the same time. These moves should be used. You put them out the bag in high stakes situations, title matches. They shouldn't be being brought out the bag for a random episode of Raw. And I guess the last thing that I'll mention is sorry, I've got distracted there. One last thing that I'll mention is most people are bringing up is the fact that we are obviously in a very different era of wrestling right now. Well, in the WWE.
Yeah.
And they, that this is a clear sign of the times. This is Triple H giving people a chance to push the envelope a little bit, do something a bit different. I will say that like since Triple H has been fully taken over of like production and creative, I feel like the show has like become a lot more of almost like a wrestling. It sounds ridiculous being wrestling, but a wrestling centric show. There is obviously story. There are storylines and stuff. Obviously, and they're heavy. They're heavy. They're at the forefront. But I feel like we're getting like really fucking good, great matches on Raw every single week. Same with SmackDown.
And the payout is. Speaking of Raw, real quick. I mean, you did see Raw, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Oof. Fucking wild.
Yeah.
First of all, clap, all rise for the Judgment Day truly doing what they said they need to go back to doing and showing their dominance in just fucking clearing the fucking deck all night long.
Yeah.
The shit with the Liv Morgan stuff is
it's great. I mean it's doing a really good job. Like,
and every single piece of it leads me to believe that I am still right in what I think is going to happen, which is the entire Liv Morgan manipulation thing is gonna turn around, and it's gonna be Rhea's plan to allow, like, I think the reason Dominic is so disgusted by this is that he's being told by mommy to do these things, to interfere, to make sure that Liv, he's trying to make sure that Liv stays the champion and thinks that Liv is in control. And she's going to come and then essentially turn Liv heel is
well,
in a way.
I'd say Liv is already heel. Like, she's definitely already heel.
In a way,
I mean, this could go a lot of ways. I still think that what's happening here is Dominic is he's helping Liv Morgan. You saw her when she ruffled his hair at the start of Raw. He smiled, and that was obviously on purpose. And I feel like what's going to come out here is we'll end up at Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, and obviously Dominic will be in Rhea's corner, and he'll turn on Rhea. He'll help Liv, and he'll end up with Liv Morgan.
I don't see it at all because Liv doesn't actually want Dom. She just wants to hurt Rhea.
Yeah, but Dom doesn't know that. Dom's just gonna go whatever. Dom's just gonna be like, cool. No. Another chick likes me. I'm just gonna fucking go for it.
I think Dominic is. I think Dom is just genuinely uncomfortable with the scenario where he has to be essentially used and abused by Liv and like have her like
here's the deal.
Manipulating her.
I said it last week and I'll say it again. Dominic, Dirty Dom, right? That's his name. He's a scumbag, right? And he gets booed like shit from the crowd because he's a scumbag. What makes a scumbag even more of a scumbag? I'll tell you. Cheating on his girlfriend.
I know, and that's what everybody wants you to think is happening.
And that's what will happen.
Man.
Let me cast you back. Let me cast you back a second.
No.
Remember when you said Roman Reigns would win at WrestleMania 40? You remember that?
No, that didn't happen. I did not say that.
You didn't say that.
2024 RW Hellborn did, post WrestleMania RW Hellborn did not. Post WrestleMania RW Hellborn did not say that.
All right.
That was RW heel. That was RW Heelborn.
Oh, I see. I guess is this RW Heelborn again?
Maybe I'm the one that's turning on Rhea Ripley. No, man.
We'll see. But the good thing is we don't know what's going to happen.
No,
and it's great that it's not predictable.
Exactly. But I'm loving the storyline. I'm loving how they're all playing it out. I can't wait to see what and this is one of the things is I really think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Either I'm right or I'm surprised. It's not about it. I'm never wrong. I'm either right or I'm surprised.
Right.
I love not being able to be actually sure.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying what I think will happen too, but
I also
there is no telling that I'm right whatsoever.
No,
so.
but I do like that when it comes to things like this, you and I can be on complete opposite sides.
Yeah. Of
thinking what's going to go on, and either way, it still fucking love it because it's how they are getting there.
Yeah,
that is what's so intriguing.
Right, exactly.
There's no longer, it's no longer here's something shocking for the sake of something shocking that you didn't expect, because why would you expect something that has no reason to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so there's that, but man, what a dominating showing of force in for the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
everybody's ticked. They're all ticked off at what's going on. Nobody in the Judgment Day likes the situation at the moment. So they all got to vent. Your boy Braun got beat down.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyhow,
do we now move on to our last and final subject?
How's about you talk about Uncle Howdy?
So yesterday I posted a reel asking people what they want us to talk about, and we're taking requests for subjects and episode subjects and so forth. We got a comment from, I'll find it right now, Ethan Carlisle, which is spaceman.kyl3. That's his Instagram. He got in touch with us and said that he wants us to go into everything we know about Uncle Howdy up till now. Luckily for you, good sir, I've been very much on the Uncle Howdy or whatever the fuck this is train since the very fuck the very first QR code. I mean, I go back further than that.
This episode is great for me because I honestly and admittedly have not been at all touching any of it. I clicked on one of those QR codes and I'm like, this part ain't for me. I ain't looking at this at 2:30 in the morning at night, for sure.
So let me get into this. So 3 months ago, on the, do we have a date? On the February 7th of this year,
timeline,
a video appeared on YouTube, on a YouTube channel, a brand new YouTube channel called Dreadmere. And the video is called Welcome to Dreadmere. And it was kind of, like weird kind of Bray Wyatt-esque use of like, what's the word for the footage that you
found footage?
Yeah, not found footage. No, not yet. We'll get to that. But back when, during the Firefly Funhouse, he'd use like what's that kind of footage? You like B-roll footage? You know what I'm talking about? That kind of shit. But it was like that.
Like sort of little outtakes, or like it looks like candid.
Not shot. Candid, no. There's a fucking word for it. It's that they're like, you can buy them online, like videos, like. Anyway, I can't remember. I can't think of the damn name. But anyway,
you'll think of it.
Just this weird video, and with quite obviously Bo Dallas's voice talking about weird shit. And then it's funny because it gets to the end and it's like, follow Dreadmare for more. Like it ends like a normal kind of like a YouTube video.
Yeah, basically. Like pow, smash that like and subscribe. Yeah. By the way, smash that like and subscribe button. Wherever you're listening to this. Also, Instagram and Threads at Punks Talk Wrestling, YouTube and TikTok and Facebook at Punks Talk Wrestling. Everything at Punks Talk Wrestling.
Thank you very much for the plug. So I feel like at some point they changed their direction a little bit of where they were going with this, because they initially had a series of these videos week after week. And it actually weirdly led to the debut of Sean Spears. If you remember when Sean Spears initially arrived, a lot of the font they were using in a lot of these videos ended up being a lot the font that he uses in his like Titantron video.
Yeah, it's the exact same font that I used in the Riverside Odds Blessings from the Devil.
Oh, there you go.
Music video too.
A little Easter egg there. But yeah, so and then February 28th, so not too long after that first video, they uploaded a video that says Sean Spears has seen the light, and again, very similar Bray Wyatt-esque promo is being cut by Bo Dallas. But I feel like we've moved away from that. I don't feel like maybe Sean Spears is involved now at this point, because I feel like this was like I feel like since then they've come up with a better way of telling this story, and boy fucking howdy.
So that part I obviously saw the debut of Sean Spears in NXT.
Yeah.
And I saw him again. Yeah, it seems like that may have been, maybe a red herring, or maybe like you said, maybe it was we're gonna start with this, but now we're gonna hit the brakes on it with you.
Yeah, it's almost like it wasn't like hitting the brakes. I feel like they just came up with a better way to get this over, basically. Because
so you think Sean Spears is still involved with?
I don't know. I don't think he is, but I could be so completely wrong. But
no, you could you could be completely surprised.
We'd be surprised, yeah. But these videos were getting around 100,000 views each at a time, or less, much less even, like 50,000 views at a time. Then about 2 months ago, for the first time, on I'm not sure what episode of Raw, but around March 12th, was the very first QR code that appeared on Raw. And this is when it starts leading to these. This is when they started with the more found footage stuff, and this is where things start getting a little bit more creepy.
And that's exactly when I stopped.
And that's when you tuned out. Yeah.
Like,
So it kind of now there are so fucking many. So right, we all remember Bray Wyatt's return from a few years ago when we had the whole White Rabbit thing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Fuck. I'll go even further. Well, the QR codes started around that time, but they started doing what they did with the White Rabbit stuff. So if you remember, before they even dropped QR codes back in the White Rabbit kind of stuff, they had during commercials or before the show would start at Raw tapings, they would play this weird music and the lights would like dim and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They did that at the post WrestleMania Raw. Right before the show went on the air, they did that. They played this weird music over the PA, and the lights kind of dimmed on and off, right?
Really?
So that was the start of like interruption there. And they've been doing that consistently at almost every house show and TV taping since.
Really?
But since that, yeah. So they've been doing this. I don't know what the song is. It is an actual song, but I'm not sure. It's same with the White Rabbit one, but I can't remember the name of it, unfortunately. But not only that now, but the lights dim and the all the screens in the arena go fuzzy as well. So the QR codes start. Now, I can't give you the full lineage of this because there's been so fucking many QR codes on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and it gets further than that, which we'll get to in a second. But they started to be these found footage videos. A lot of like a camera walking through the woods or on the dashboard of a car going down the road. You've seen some of those, right? And it's like some of them walking up to like a dark front porch, some of them going around to a wooded cabin with like blood on the door. There's this one in a room, and it goes up to like this cupboard, like a walking cupboard, and someone's hand comes from around the corner and grabs the door. There's been others of like a handwritten note sitting on a front porch and things like that. There's been a lot. There's been a hell of a lot. And eventually, what this is now leading to, what it eventually led to, these QR codes now, they take you not only to a video, but now they're taking you to these flash page 90s-esque websites. So it's this, and it's they know what they're doing here. It's this kind of like, it's I don't know if you know much about liminal spaces. It's a bit of a a weird kind of meme-ish art form that's come out of the internet over the last 5 or 6 years. But
I'm not familiar with it by that term.
So liminal spaces are spaces that you haven't been to but look familiar. And it's this kind of style of like, it's this kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Nostalgic kind of looking spaces that are kind of 90s, early thousands looking spaces that that are like a derelict, and it gives you this uncomfortable feeling. And they're
sort of like that uncanny valley of
right.
Like it's almost okay.
Yeah, it's almost familiar, but it's not.
Oh yeah, I'm already getting goosebumps just talking about this.
And that I feel like that's the kind of vibe that they've been going with this now. So as I said, it takes you to these websites that the last time you saw a website like this was the 90s, where everything was Times New Roman, and it's all kind of, pick art kind of stuff. It's all very
8-bit
old
GIFs.
school. Yeah, and the GIFs, it's old school and uncomfortable. And there are shit tons of links. These links take you to fucking drawings, handwritten notes, automated voice notes that are in reverse that you need to play back in reverse to know what it's saying. It's just shitloads. There is so much to dig into here that it's unreal. There is so much to dig into. And then what we've led to, so what we've got now is a lot of remember back in the old when you used to have video cameras, and you used to be able to write text on the video camera. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. You could add a title to the bottom so that it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to do that I had a video camera that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of since then is that kind of text on these videos saying a lot of things like, I accepted them, they weren't broken, Dreadmere warned you all, you didn't listen, kind of shit like that. Like, he opened his arms, we were reborn, like loads of things like that. We'll get back to that because the most telling one is probably from the Raw just this past week, but we'll get to that in a second. So a lot of these videos come out. We've had Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross mentioned and seen in these videos as well. So where that's leading, who knows?
I think that might have been the only video that I saw a part of it or something, because I do remember distinctly seeing them in a clip in flashes. So we can assume we can obviously assume they are definitively a part of it. Who else do we know? Do we know at this point anyone else?
So the only other people that have been rumored to be part of what this seems to be a faction, obviously we've got Uncle Howdy or Bo Dallas, or whoever this ends up being, because it could be a completely new character for all we know. We'll get back to that because Uncle Howdy has definitely had a big presence in all of this too. So we've obviously had Nikki Cross mentioned a lot. Well, Nikki Cross has been seen and mentioned. So has Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss has been seen, heard, like her voice has been in a lot of them.
Okay.
And the other two that have been heavily suggested due to like clues and things that have been like really like kind of like not blatant hints, but things that nod towards them are Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy.
Yeah, those obviously I don't know what would be what are the clues or what are any of the hints that might be pointing to them? Other than, I know Joe Gacy was doing a cult, the cult thing for a while, and has kind of broken away from that.
What it seems to be with all of these people, and I think what the relation is between all of them, Bo Dallas included, is the whole point of this faction is, and the things that they keep repeating is like, they were forgotten. You forgot them. It's your fault. It's your fault what you're about to that you're about to witness a massacre, basically. What they're trying to say is that these are people on the roster that got over with the fans, disappeared, and no one batted an eyelid. So you could say that for all of these people, and I would say that
nothing changed at all.
So you get people that disappear from TV, and people go nuts and be like, why isn't so and so being on TV? Why isn't so and so being on TV? Like, he, I miss him, I miss her. Dexter Lumis kind of vanished.
Yeah.
So did Joe Gacy, so did Nikki Cross, so did Eric Rowan.
I mean, did he though? I mean, Joe Gacy was
but that's
I'm unsure.
He did disappear. He was at the takeover after at WrestleMania. He hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, but all of these things started before then, didn't they?
It's true. Yeah, true. But there's no. The QR videos started after his last appearance. But what I'm trying to say is, it's the fans, and this is what these videos are saying.
Okay.
They're blaming the fans, saying that the fans are to blame for this because these are people that disappeared from our TV sets. And no one's gone on social media to moan that they're not on TV anymore. They've just who's the last time anyone mentioned Dexter Lumis? But the thing is, when Dexter Lumis was on TV, everyone fucking loved him.
Yep.
So, and it's like, but he went and disappeared, and no one's mentioned him since. And it's like the forgotten ones. These are like the forgotten people that
I gotcha. Okay,
like,
see this
that feel like they've been betrayed because
this now makes a little more. So that's the connecting thread.
Yeah. So that's for me, and by all the things that are being mentioned in all of these videos, that seems to be the running theme. Is like they weren't broken. I found them. I fixed them. Like that. Things like that have been said. It's just but again, like, go to Dreadmiss, watch a lot of these videos. You'll see there's so much to delve into that I'm really scratching the surface and giving you the footnotes here.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I mean, all right. Yeah, I mean it's a lot, but
it's a lot, and we'll get to the end, and then I'll delve into what I think here.
Okay.
So where are we? So then we lead to this kind of so back in, where were we? Back.
So during, the QR codes, the QR codes started.
So if you cast your mind back years, 3 years.
Okay.
There was this skit that they did on TV of The Fiend doing a therapy session.
Yes, I wanted to get into this too because I don't exactly remember that.
Well, it was done as a it wasn't done on TV, but it was an ad. And I don't know, it not only because she did therapy sessions with him and maybe like R-Truth and things like that, and it was just like these kind of weird skit things.
Was it a bit for like a pay-per-view?
Yeah, it was like a bit maybe for a pay-per-view.
Gotcha, because they did like the SummerSlam at the beach like things.
Yeah, like things like that. Anyway, they've lent into this. Now, let me just find her name because it's going to be helpful if I do.
On Twitter, on a video posted. Okay, the Fiend made a weird return today on Twitter on a video posted by WWE on Fox Twitter page. Fiend Bray Wyatt attends a psychiatrist appointment. There's suffering from multiple personality. Dr. Rachel Bonetta. Is that the?
Oh yeah, that's it. You're right. Yeah, that's her name. So let's get back to the QR code. So they have this. They have these therapy sessions with this doctor, this therapist, and there's this video comes out of her, and it seems like it's been filmed on a phone, and she is talking to someone, and while she's talking, like, you're looking at her, and she's holding up a bunch of like handwritten notes, asking the person what do these things mean and whatnot. And all you can see in the hell is going on? There we go. All you can see in the image is her, and there's a bookshelf to her left, and a mirror on the wall to her right. And at one point in the mirror, flashes like a figure, and then she just disappears from the chair, basically. And then it clips to a news article. It looks like it's been ripped out of a newspaper saying local woman reported missing. It's a whole article about this therapist going missing. And then a few weeks later, or maybe the week after, let me just get this video back. This is a lot to go into. A few weeks later, there was a video. So one of these QR codes leads to what is basically a imitation, I guess, of a TMZ video. And it says, gossip exclusive, missing woman found safe after extensive search.
Okay. Right. I remember
hearing
that.
And then you get these banners at the bottom of news channels where it just goes along with all the different headlines.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is the one key thing that keeps getting mentioned all the time in these videos is remember who you are, which also relates back to what I think of this gimmick is these wrestlers that are forgotten. And it's like, remember who you are. Forget what other people thought you were. Remember who you are, kind of thing. And this banner at the bottom it just repeats that over and over again. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. And at the very end of this video, this woman's like saying like, I'm fine. Like, yeah, I'm safe and everything. And at the very end, she just kind of goes, he set me free. And then she just kind of has this really ominous grin on her face. And it pauses on that grin for quite some time. And then the video ends. Then
I don't like
later on in that later on in the episode of Raw or SmackDown, whichever this QR code come from, it leads to another video. Now this time, someone's filming at home on their phone, and they're watching this video on their laptop, and like it then shoots to the same. Oh, now I got chills. It then shoots.
Yeah, man.
To the It then shoots to the same chair that this therapist is sitting on with the bookshelf and the mirror, but this time there's a black cloaked veiled figure sitting on the chair, right?
Okay.
Then it goes back.
Is that supposed to be symbolic of Sister Abigail still?
You can't see, maybe, who knows, but you can't see anything. It's just like this, it's so cloaked, it's dark, you can't tell. It then goes back to the video of someone filming the laptop. It then pans up, and then you can see that the laptop is sitting on that therapist chair that she was sitting on. And then it pans up to the mirror on the wall, and next to that mirror on the wall is this really weird figure. It's like almost like it's like a Christianity kind of cross with a U at the top with a circle above it. And that's, again, another piece of imagery that keeps showing up in a lot of these videos.
Okay.
And again, then it's a shot of that therapist chair with the bookshelf and the mirror again in complete darkness, like it's been filmed on night vision. And that black figure flashes up in the mirror once more. So there's that.
Ugh. Oh, nope.
It gets worse and worse from this point forward. The next one that comes out is someone at home playing WWE 2K. It's quite interesting to note that in the
shout out to Al and WWE 2K.
Yeah, shout out to Al and 2K. It's quite interesting to note that in the game, in the match that this person's playing, is the same arena of Extreme Rules 2022, the event that Bray Wyatt returned at. So obviously that was a nod.
That was the Bray Wyatt that was Uncle Howdy mask. Like that was the first.
That was the initial. Yeah, that's right.
Mask.
So Then this this guy is filming, in his living room and on his phone, and he goes, "Man, I fucking love this game," or whatever. And then he hears a sound.
I love the game too. Shout out to 2K. WWE 2K24, the highest rated WWE 2K game in franchise history. I don't know what the next DLC pack is until we get our official email from them. But
But yeah, by the way, there's a patch that got released just today, and you can play in the this year's WrestleMania arena is now a playable arena, which they've never done before. So that's really cool. Anyway, so he hears this sound, and it's like sounds like it comes from his window, and he stands up, walks over with his phone, and films, kind of plants his camera up against the window, and all you can see is out into like pitch black darkness, and you can't see a damn thing, and it's fucking awful.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And then, but in the reflection of the window, you can see the reflection of his living room back into his flat, and in a doorway, you see a figure appear.
Mm-hmm. Of course, a dark, ominous figure.
And then the video once again ends. Then. Let's go to June 3rd, to I think what was my favorite video so far.
Oh, okay. So this was from Monday Night Raw. Okay.
So there's a few things. You get a QR code this time, and boy, it takes you to so many links. There are so many things to click on.
Oh boy.
One of them is someone filming outside. It's during the day, and they're filming like. It looks like out the back of their house, and it's like a lake, and way across the lake they're just filming, and the guy goes like, "What the fuck is that?" And you can just now wake up someone in a black cloak, and he turns around, and it looks like Uncle Howdy, just in the flesh, full body apparition of Uncle Howdy standing across the lake, and then it cuts out. There's also another video message, a voice message, which is in reverse, which I haven't been able to decipher yet because I haven't found out what it means or what it says.
You got to reverse it.
Yeah, you got to reverse it somehow. So the big thing that came out of this was this main video.
I'm not going to do it. You're going to have to do it.
I sent this to you earlier. I don't know if you've seen it, but it looks like it's the start of a VHS tape. Someone's
no, I didn't click on that.
Right. So
no.
it looks like a training video for like staff back in the 90s. You used to get these training videos like, so it's your first day. This is how, customer service videos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It comes up, and it's done so well that it looks really legit. And it comes up, and it says, "Preparing for a massacre." And it says, "The day of destruction is imminent. The words of the red can guide you to safety if you are willing to listen." And then it says, "Acceptance. Your fate lies in your hands. You can save yourself. Open your eyes. You are bound. This will be your trajectory until you refuse to accept it. Admit your transgressions. The only way to correct a problem is to acknowledge its existence. Run and hide. On the day of reckoning, fire will fall on the just and unjust alike. You must remove yourself to avoid extinction. Statues will crumble. False idols will be toppled. Your presence will be a sign of disbelief, a declaration of blasphemy. You hold the key to your own salvation. What to do during the reckoning? In the unfortunate event that you have not taken the proper steps to avoid the massacre, follow these instructions. Do not beg for mercy. You were given ample time to save yourself, and you refused. Calamity is now inevitable. Do not beg for mercy. Accept your fate, for you may be reborn with a newfound wisdom. Nothing is ever final. Do not fight. You chose this. You forced our hand." And then it goes to the video flickers out, and it says, "The shackles have fallen. We have been set free. Your prayers fall on deaf ears. The day of reckoning is at hand." And then it's loads of like really grainy flickering images of the fucking Firefly Funhouse. You see the TV set, you see the door, and then it flickers back to the normal like staff training video, and it says, I hope you find your freedom. It's not too late to save yourself. And then it just says eject, like the VHS tape's being ejected.
Nope. Nope.
What I really, really like about this video is it heavily leans into the theories I have about why these people are part of this faction.
Okay.
It's telling people to prepare to either join them or suffer. And it's also telling us that this feels like a cult. And much more like a cult than the Wyatt family felt like a cult. This feels like these people have been indoctrinated. These people have been brainwashed. Whoever are part of this group. Because it's definitely a group. And it's going down an avenue that WWE has never gone down before. Now, if you go and watch these found footage videos that I've been talking about, they're fucking creepy as fuck. You know, whether you're into to horror or not, they are creepy. And it's definitely like a realm that WWE have never touched on before. And I'm into it. I'm really looking forward to it. By the way, not only this, they've been dropping videos on Raw Talk, Talking Smack, or whatever the show's called now. They've been dropping them on the...
Wait, that's back?
Not Talking Smack, but whatever it's called. The one that's done before or after SmackDown.
Okay.
They've been... Like, the headline news story on the WWE news WWE.com page the other day was
I saw
a grainy image that just said hello.
Yeah, you showed us. You sent a screenshot of that.
So you go on the WWE app, it's there. It's on the WWE Twitch page. It literally, they've been saying they were going to air something, and they air just Uncle Howdy videos. Like, they've really gone. They're using modern day technology to their absolute advantage, not unlike any other fucking company.
And that I'm totally impressed with it.
Yeah.
It's infecting everything in the WWE.
Yeah.
I haven't. I mean, I'm assuming. Did any of them show up on the PLEs lately?
They've been doing them at PLEs as well.
They have, we did see that. Okay.
They've been QR
I guess because I won't
PLEs.
click it, because I don't click on them, I won't click on them. I never remember when they pop up.
Yeah. So I mean they've been heavily been flashing up everywhere, and it's only a matter with that last video from Raw. I really do feel like it's only a matter of time. Now, whether that's Clash at the Castle, whether we're going to wait to SummerSlam, I feel like SummerSlam's too far away, but I thought there was something. I saw somebody say something that I was expecting something to happen on Raw, or like that we're already here, or maybe it was just. Actually, there is another interesting tidbit. I can't remember exactly what match it was, but during a match on Raw, there was a moment where they're filming and the crowd has got its normal lighting, and then suddenly a spotlight turns on up in the balcony, the highest balcony, and there's like a figure standing there.
I
It's really, you got.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, I found it. Maybe I was looking on Threads earlier. Someone saw it, and it's like, like
not aired on television.
No, it was aired on Raw. This is aired on television, but you've got to you had to have been looking for that.
I wonder.
This is the thing about Raw now, man, and SmackDown. You need to be looking everywhere at all times, man. You need to
see and I love the fact that for me, I don't have to have any involvement in it. I know it's going on. I know that there's a thing going on. I don't need that creepy shit in my life. I love the fact, like I said, I love the fact that they're doing it. I love that you love it too.
Yeah, I love this kind of shit. Yeah.
No, it's just too creepy for me, man. But yeah. Well,
and there was another video during Raw Talk last night, and a big thing that really heavily goes into my theory about the gimmick of this group, is it says all we ever wanted was a chance. That to me says that these are people that were wronged. These are people that were used in the WWE and then just cast aside.
It is a great way to. It's kind of a good. It's an interesting way to validate that whole, let's just say, post Vince McMahon era of, because a lot of these guys a lot of it was misuse during that era.
Yeah.
You know, and I think whether you think it was misuse or not, like, I mean, we go back to it. I said I thought the Alexa Bliss thing at WrestleMania when she turned on the Fiend or whatever, that I thought that was interesting, and I wish we would have gotten a real closure with that. But I guess they can easily tie this in of I was, you know, used and abused as well.
Yeah.
Through this.
So, let me quickly delve into the Raw Talk one from last night, because I think there's a lot of interesting things in there as well. You know the new signature. Well, my mic's cutting out a bit, and so another thing they keep doing. So you know the new signature at the start of the show, which is Triple H's voice saying the then now together forever. Yeah,
they did a weird one.
Yeah, where they've been using it a lot, where it's Triple H just constantly repeating "together forever, together forever" like that, which I love. I think it's a great use of again, you're using Triple H's voice, who's running the show. I think it's another thing that's leading into that.
The nuances.
Yeah. But this one it was a lot shorter on Raw Talk. It says. I've shown you the signs, yet you do not believe. I offered you hope, freedom from the pit, yet you spit in my face, mock my family, question my timing. One last chance, an opportunity to repent. Obviously, we're leaning a lot on religious symbolism here, which is, but my patience is thin. There is a reckoning coming. Your belief is indifferent. It is inevitable. You will learn you are finite. You are small, and all behold what we have become. Very ominous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's great. It's
so great. I hate it.
I love right now. The WWE. I love everything in the WWE now. I'm loving it. But what has been missing since Bray passed away is the creepy shit. Is the mystical characters. Is the characters that do outside of the WWE universe shit. You know, lights turn out, they're in the ring. We haven't had that, and I feel like it's fallen everyone into a false sense of security. So when these guys, or whoever this is, turns up, it's going to really, like, shock the system a little bit. It's going to really put a dash of not that it's not unpredictable, but this is really unpredictable. We have no idea how this could lead, and I fucking love it, because it really is, like, you never know. No one has any idea where this is going to lead. No one does. So
what you're thinking right now is the players are obviously Uncle Howdy, who we think is Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Well, could it be someone else? Could it be anyone else? Like, I don't think so.
I don't know. Do you know what? I do believe that a lot of this. I believe that a lot of this story was written already by Bray Wyatt, and I feel like we're taking the Bray Wyatt character out of it, and we're changing it a bit because obviously he can't be part of it. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure there's a lot of ideas that he had, not just by storyline terms, but also with, like, things they can do on a live episode of wrestling.
It's pushing pushing the boundaries of what they can do with the things that they have.
With the product, and I'm sure he had shitloads of ideas that he told to people or had written down that he wanted to do, that they're going to now be like, well, just because he's gone does not mean we can't still follow them through and have his ideas seen by everyone, because they deserve to be seen.
It really, and that's really the bottom line of all of it, is the proof of what an amazing creative mind he was, that they're willing to continue on this, whatever this story was, because this story is so good and will be something memorable.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how it plays out into the ring.
Yeah, the only problem I have with all of this is it heavily relies on one of the most beloved professional wrestlers from the last decade or more, 20 years, who has passed away, which is a very real thing. And this storyline really has to succeed. It doesn't have much chance or wiggle room to flop. It has to work, because you're living up to the name of someone that everyone loved and adored, the fans and the superstars too. So it can't fail. This cannot fail.
I totally understand the very real and valid concern of that, but I also think this is also a time where we as fans collectively, and us as positive focused fans, should remind people, let it be what it's going to be, because and don't get your expectations so high that nothing they can do will ever satisfy, because that is something that I fear more than anything that might happen, is some very vocal people's expectations can never be met, and so they're going to cause, I don't know. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about it until it's done, really.
Yeah.
Let go of your expectations is really all I'm asking people to do, and
it would be
let
great.
This play out.
You could have in a way, you could have Bray Wyatt now fall into the Sister Abigail role. Bray Wyatt could now be that ominous kind of. He could still be a character. He could. Perhaps Bray Wyatt got his powers, so to speak, from Sister Abigail. It believes. It seems. So maybe now they are getting their powers, so to speak, from the spirit of Bray Wyatt, and that would be such a fucking great way of tying him still into the story, and him still being a character, and his presence can still be felt.
There has to but it's
got to be done delicately.
Well, this is a good point, because Bray, they also made it a point at before he passed to make sure people knew Uncle Howdy was not Bray Wyatt. Uncle Howdy was not the Fiend. It wasn't. Uncle Howdy was. It was weird that he came out first with the Uncle Howdy mask.
Yeah, but I definitely think there was a reason for that.
There's got to be a reason.
And what I think they were going for, in my opinion, was Bray and Uncle Howdy. Some weeks were helping each other. Some weeks were against each other. I believe that Uncle Howdy was a physical manifestation of another side of Bray Wyatt's personality. I get
that too. I feel like when he came back in the Uncle Howdy mask, which was the only time we ever saw. It was the only time we ever saw Bray Wyatt under the Uncle Howdy mask.
Which makes me think the reason he wore it is like to say we are one and the same. We are the same person.
Well, I also could see it as, I think that was Wyndham Rotunda presenting the Uncle Howdy character. That wasn't Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But I kind of feel like there is a disconnect. There's definitely a disconnect between him being under the Uncle Howdy mask in its first presentation, and then him never being on Uncle Howdy being another person, and we never did get to find out who that was, and maybe we shouldn't, and maybe it is Bo Dallas, and maybe it should be Bo Dallas, maybe it's not, maybe Uncle Howdy might have gotten his power from Sister Abigail, because I can't think of any other reason to have a black cloaked figure who has now evolved from just a name, just a figment of the imagination, into a physical manifestation in almost like an avatar form.
Yeah.
We may be coming towards the fact Uncle Howdy may just be the latest champion. I'm D&D-ifying this in a way. Like, think of the Fiend, think of Bray Wyatt as well. Like, Bray Wyatt was the character that Wyndham Rotunda created, but he was a character. He was a professional wrestler in WWE before Sister Abigail, before that happened. His very first run, he was just a kind of a cult leader, and that might have been that was the first level 1. The level 1 character is a warlock and his patron is Sister Abigail somehow.
Right,
like,
yeah.
This is he's then leveling up throughout his career into the main, and the Fiend became one of his forms, just like Bray, the children's TV host portion was an aspect of himself. It's
complicated. There's so many. It's so many ways it can go, and I'm all here for it.
I'm based on everything that you have told me and everything that I remember of Bray Wyatt and the Fiends from before, which we all agree it's interconnected in a way. Like this universe, this different kind of universe split, like whatever it is crossing over into the WWE universe the way it does. It's connected. We know that. I'm leaning towards thinking this will eventually become the reveal of Sister Abigail is the final reveal of whom that was all along. And you know who it's going to be? Stephanie McMahon! It was me all along! I was Sister Abigail all along. I'm calling it, man. I'm fucking calling it right now. Say what if you call me fucking crazy, but you know they had a great relationship. Stephanie McMahon, they were close. Their families were very close, and dude, I'm telling you right now, man, I will lose my shit and lose my shit again over how much people will lose their shit if it turns out that Bray Wyatt wrote all along for Stephanie McMahon to be Sister Abigail. I fucking love it. I want it. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want, Wyndham. Give me what I want. We'll see, man. We'll see. That sounds insane.
Yeah, and we don't know when it's coming. So
no, but we need to. Yeah, but it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. That's coming. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Who was that? Oh, MVP.
Yeah. MVP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man, imagine. Yeah. No, don't imagine. Don't imagine Uncle Howdy coming to the ring with MVP entrance theme.
But you can do that in 2K if you want to.
But you can't do that, right? Uncle Howdy is a playable character, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, so is MVP, I believe.
So is
go
MVP.
ahead.
So you can, so this is what's gonna happen. We're going to do this. I'm going to have Uncle Howdy come down to the ring with MVP intro, and we're gonna make a reel of it, and y'all are going to hate it so much, but you're gonna love it at the same time
because he's coming.
Uncle Howdy's coming.
Yeah. And I
guess that's it. I mean, that's literally all we can talk about, unless a QR code interrupts our
our
podcast
sound.
somehow. Good, right?
Yeah. I don't think QR codes work in audio form though, so sorry.
Oh my God! There's a QR code that just popped up with our
in my brain.
In my audio. I don't think there's anything else we can talk about that yet, because nothing else has happened yet.
No, that's right.
Something's gonna happen on SmackDown for sure. So keep your eye on that. We'll probably wind up releasing this on Friday.
I'll keep everyone updated as the weeks go by until it becomes in the forefront. Right now, it's
you know what?
It's people that are taking notice of it are keeping up with it, but there's a lot of wrestling fans that have no idea that this is even going on.
Yeah.
So eventually will become part of the show. Eventually, obviously.
Well, that's about that. I mean, that's all there is.
I think that's it.
I
think we just hit the end here.
Well, yeah, we've just got our shout outs. Shout out to our new followers this week. I didn't get a good count, but
we're on 339, which is I don't know, way more than last week.
It's more than last week. Yeah, we're organically growing.
It's great.
Yeah. So thanks for everybody that I think most of them are real. I'll have to scan through and see if we've got any more porn bots on there. I did want to shout out Tycho 1988, Tyler Cox. We met in an interesting way online. Bottom line, everybody should read what someone writes first and make sure you understand it before you come after a guy for actually just saying something right. Bunch of people made themselves look like fools. I'm sorry, man. There's a bunch of people that were being really foolish, and I wasn't gonna tolerate it. And I'm like, yo, man, just let you know, you're 100% right. And I just dropped in the definition of doing a job. This was in reference to I can't even remember what the match was, but it was he just said good seeing somebody do a job, or job, and it's like he literally was just saying, it was good to see this guy take the loss for the betterment of the story, and people were coming after him. It's like, dude, one loss doesn't mean he's not a jobber. He's not a jobber. It's like, not calling him a jobber. I said he did the job because that's literally what he did, because that's literally what it's called. It's called doing a job. You don't have to be a jobber to do the job. Doing the job is taking the loss. It's what it is. It's what it always is. So when somebody's right, I'm gonna defend him. So we did, and now we got a new fan and follower. So hey, man, welcome aboard. I told you that you can follow us on social media. Instagram and Threads, Punks Talk Wrestling. Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, Punks Talk Wrestling. Patreon.com/Punks Talk Wrestling. I'm putting up some little outtakes and things. I'll put up my rant from while Chris was still stuck in the tube. Do you call it a tube? I couldn't remember what you called it.
I was technically on. We have obviously the underground, but we also have
underground.
The part of the TFL, which is called the overground, because it goes overground. I was on the overground because where I live now, I I get the overground home from work. So.
Where you live now, because it's a brand new understandable. First time recording in the new apartment.
Yeah.
In the new flat.
New flat. New
so
apartment.
how many figures did you actually move in?
I didn't.
Come on, you can tell me.
I didn't bring any.
Okay.
There's none. They can't go anywhere. There's no space for them. But one day, one fucking day, there'll be a whole damn room dedicated to them. But for now, they stay where they are, and that's okay.
All right. I don't want to believe you, but I will. Oh man. Okay. Other than that, next week's episode, man. What's happening? We're going to be recording a number of episodes this weekend. Some more viewer requests because I'll be on the road soon, so we're gonna have to pre-record a few things.
That's right.
So if you're hearing this, drop us a line again. Tell us what you want. Tell us to.
Yeah, and I guess this is our well, actually, no. We're recording an episode next Monday.
We're still recording next Monday as well.
So that would be the last kind of semi-live episode in a sense. But if anything we say in the next 3 weeks after that, I can be completely out of date. Bear with us because they won't be current.
Because we're filming, yeah.
But we're talking about old shit anyway.
Yeah,
so I think we'll be okay.
We're gonna go. We might have another top 12. We might just whatever.
We got some ideas.
Yeah, we got some ideas. Also, I did say last week that I would have an update on the inaugural Punks Talk Wrestling Superior Intellect and All Things Professional Wrestling and Phil Collins Championship match between the proper prick CJ Newman and the anonymous podcast critic. And I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What's that?
I've
noticed he's popping up in our comments again.
He has popped up. From what we've been told, what Danny the Brain Bauman has been able to tell us, the MBD, CNB, CNN, BA, BCD has now lifted.
So when was it lifted? Let me ask you that.
It was officially lifted at 12:01 a.m. After
today?
Monday. It was. I'll have to go back and check.
Okay.
Let's just say
it better be like before he was posting those comments in that reel because
it was directly after the comment that he didn't like the comment that he replied to. It was right after that because after the NBCDN CNA was lifted, the BC NBCDN CBA CDC was enacted. So at this point, I still can't tell you anything more than that.
Okay.
So
all I do know is he's talking shit again.
The first one's been lifted. The second one is The first pact has been enacted and lifted. The second pact has now been enacted, which allows the anonymous podcast critic to directly comment on posts, anything that we say, and anytime we mention anything about it, he's legally obligated and. Well, not legally obligated, but he's legally allowed to make contact again.
Okay.
There are boundaries.
So far, it's been okay. Like he made some comments about me.
But
he made some funny remarks, which I was like, that's quite funny. Even I couldn't be mad at it. But
once we are,
look. We have a checkered past, and if he can be a responsible, normal person for a change,
responsible, normal anonymous podcast critic.
Yeah, then we can have this this championship contest between each other, but and that could be respectable. I'm willing, and I'm okay to turn over a new leaf. I'm willing and okay to turn over a new page with this person, and I got no qualms about that. I got no issues with that. If he's going to be the bigger person and just let bygones be bygones, and
like bygones be bygones.
You know what I said. But if he wants to continue to be a douchebag, then that's up to him, and I will continue to be a douchebag back. But here's me reaching out the olive branch. Okay?
Yeah, I think that. See that.
But here's the deal. I'm the proper prick. I'm the same guy I was before WrestleMania as I am now.
That's true.
I'll get along with you. I'll be your friend. But you step out of line, I'll be a proper prick.
Right.
It's in my name.
This is what you do.
This is what I do. So I'm
like
the
Mark
proper
Henry.
prick, because I'm not just a prick. A prick would just be a prick to anyone. A proper
Right.
prick is a prick to the people that deserve to be treated like a prick.
It's exactly. See.
So, if anything, whether he likes it or not, he's our number one fan, and I hope that hurts his feelings.
I mean, if you're hate listening to the podcast, you're still listening, right?
You're still listening, just like if you hate watching Raw, you're still.
If you hate watching Raw, you're still watching Raw.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we work with what we've got. Inevitably, the funny the thing that I find the most amazing. See, this is. I might be giving away a little too much here, but this is directly one of the 48 laws of power is use your enemies to your advantage. And from his increased discussions, we see him pop up in other spaces and other realms. He's inadvertently driving traffic directly to us. Whether he wants it or not, he's definitively helping us. Get new listeners. So,
So thanks, buddy.
Thanks, anonymous podcast critic. Whether you like it or not.
But I got my eye on you regardless, so.
I've got my ear on them too.
Cool.
And that, I think, that's it on my end.
That's it. I'm done.
All right. You want to end the podcast then?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
All right. Let's go then.
All right.
End it.
Okay, I will.
Come on. Do it. I dare you.
All right. Bye.
The only other thing we have to do this podcast is mention this, and every podcast from episode 1 until the end of time is forever dedicated to the modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't mention him to the very end, but we fucking mentioned him, so
yeah,
here we are.
Here we are.